Banksy was like a friend of my brother's, good friend of my brother's, and we used to hang out a bit and go around to do parties and this, that and the other. So we gave him a call. We were over in Spain and we were planning a big Millennium New Year's party. So we got this idea to get him over and paint the truck. I wanted to get the truck painted up anyway, and so he flew out and we went down to Malaga, bought loads of spray cans and special the right like Montana or whatever it is, and we put it at this big warehouse party we were doing, put it under lights and like big bright big lights on it, and he sort of did it live in front of 2,000 people or something, which was pretty cool. It was a great atmosphere. We had a big crowd, and the truck was kind of like a backdrop next to the stage. So he was like up on ladders and moving around, sort of just like doing really big movement, big paint spray movements and that with the lights on him. It was it was pretty cool. It was and obviously it was Millennium as well, so everyone was a bit. I don't. You obviously remember it was. Everyone thought the world was going to end or something, didn't they? So the atmosphere, the energy was high anyway, and having all that going on really added to it. And then we took it back to our base where we were at the time after that, and he kind of finished it off. Spent the next, I think it was like a week, 10 days at least, going all around it, doing the whole thing, filling in the gaps, shall we say. One thing I remember after the New Year's party was we all sort of packed down, went back to our HQ on the top of a mountain in Spain. It was a pretty cool place, and where he finished the artwork. But we used to sit round in the evening, and I remember particularly Banksy used to like, sitting around the fire in the evening with a few drinks, sort of chewing the fat and talking about ideas, and he'd always be at you going, oh, come on, we'll jump in the motor, we'll go down to Malaga and we'll do this. And he always wanted to paint like crazy things, and he always needed a driver sort of thing, someone to back him up, take him down there. We sat around, we made the lyrics up together, the Laugh Now, but one day we'll be in charge. I think you'll find this was the first, because he's done a few bits with those sort of similar lyrics, but this was the original. I'd always be trying to sway him to do certain bits of lyrics, and we'd be like sort of chatting away about it. It'd be quite funny, yeah. I had a performance company called Turbo Zone at the time, and we toured all over. We went out to South America and took the truck out there. It was I had a lot of fun, really. It's been all over the place. I totally believe that this piece is one of the big pieces that helped show his work all over the world, because it's travelled so much. He does pieces all over the world, but they don't all travel. So it's quite a nice touch. I was always trying to influence him in what I wanted, because when he did it, it wasn't like now. If you had Banksy painting your truck, you just let him go, wouldn't you? You'd be like so chuffed. But back then, I was like, all my mates were like, "What, you're going to let him graffiti your truck?" sort of thing. I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And they're like, "It's a nice truck. You're going to just let someone go all over it with graffiti?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be cool." So, but I was at the same time, I was like, "Look, can we put bits I want into it?" But it was quite hard. It was always, he basically did it. It was freestyle. He did it himself pretty much, and I managed to get that turbo. I was like, come on, I want turbo, because turbo was kind of my performance thing that we were doing at the time. I was like, can we get turbo on there? Turbo Zone, and got Turbo Zone on the front, didn't we? But yeah, he was, even back then, before he was famous, he knew what he wanted to do pretty much.